Hello, good morning or good afternoon. I don't know what time it is when you're going to be starting this video. But anyway, let's just say good day. Before proceeding, I would like to say that what I'm about to say is only my own opinion. I have not been designated by anybody as a spokesman. So what I will say here is only my own opinion, which I believe is shared throughout the community. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are living hard times. I'm speaking from Mamoudzou in the French department situated in the Comoros archipelago, Mayotte Island. This archipelago is situated in the Mozambique Channel. This simple statement must have triggered, I guess, in you at least one or two warnings with these questions. How did this happen? How is this possible? Where, when, and how did this situation take place? What is the situation, by the way? What is the situation right now? What could and what should be done in order to help things settle? All these questions are very important, and I believe it is necessary for me to address them in this video. I won't speak long and in detail. I'm not an expert in these different topics. I will just use my common sense as well as what I see, what I know, what I feel as a Maoris man of 32, fully aware of the different issues that are going on here. First and foremost, I would like to put a stress and remind you once again that I am not an official. I'm just a citizen who thought it would be important or interesting to give his point of view from a local inhabitant perspective. Someone who has to live and has to deal with the situation that you must all have heard about by the time being, and I live this situation on a day-to-day basis. So let's jump right in the topic. Let's address the first question. Today, Mayotte is a French department. It all started as an act of purchase. French indeed purchased the island from a sultan, and that took place in 1841. From that moment, Mayotte became a French territory. The administration regime of the island has changed a few times in the past, but today, you just have to know that Mayotte is the 101st French department. So we said that it is located in the Indian Ocean. The island is populated by around 300,000 people, but today, Mayotte is facing political conflicts with its neighboring country composed of the three islands of the Comoros archipelago. That country is the Comoro Union. You have to know that this country, Comoro Union, was created after the independence of the archipelago when the three other islands obtained their independence accordingly to what they asked and voted for. They were given independence and they decided to create this new country, which took place in 1975. In the same moment, we, the Maoris population, we voted to remain French. So, at one point in time, all the four islands were French colonies. But then, in the mid-20th century, you had many countries who have decided to become independent. So, to no surprise, the idea of independence soon appeared in the mind of the Comorian leaders who decided by their own that they wanted independence too. It was then decided that all the island will have to vote yes or no to the following question. The question is, do you want to remain French? This is a very simple question. This is a very simple question. It's easy to understand. Even children could understand this question. So, 3 among the 4 islands composing the archipelago voted no to that question, and their vote was respected, and they got what they voted for. But one island, Mayotte Island, my island, decided to vote yes. Indeed, 80% of voters in Mayotte Island voted yes to that question, that they wanted to remain French, to be free. These words were very wisely chosen, especially when you consider the current situation on the island. Well, to make the long story short, we, the Maoris people, decided to stay part of France, and in 2011, we became the 101st French department. So the conflict between Mayotte and the other islands of the archipelago didn't start with the arrival of France in that area. The 4 islands, once all independent from one another, were famous for always being a place of a never-ending quarrel. All the islands were battling, fighting on countless occasions. So never never, but never, in no point in time you had Mayotte and the other islands composing one country or one political unity or anything that you like to bring back or put back or drive back Mayotte Island. It makes no sense. So the statement that we should return Mayotte to the Comoros or Mayotte belongs to the Comoro, I feel hurt when I hear it. We all hear the Maoris people, we hurt, our heart hurt when we hear this sentence. We have never been part of any country with these people except during the small time where all the four islands were under the French domination, and then we, during that moment, shared a common nation. But never, ever, never, ever, I insist on this, never, ever have we been part of a country where Mayotte was like taken away from something. But that something has never existed. The Comoro Union was created in 1975. Before that, there was never a country. So stop saying that Mayotte should be brought back to this country. This country never existed. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And you know what? I'm going to tell you what. Even in the case where friends would just say that they were fed up with this situation and they wanted to get rid of Mayotte Island, for nothing, for no reason, we would join their country. We would rather just take our route on our own way. But never, I repeat and I insist, never would we want to go to some kind of country with these people. They are evil. They're destroying us. They hate us. Can't you see what they are doing in this island? And you have to stop your bullshit of don't blame the immigrants. We all know that these immigrants, given their living conditions, they have no other choice but do the thing they are doing, all the bad thing they are doing to survive. But this is no reason. This is no justification. So when you look at them portraying themselves as poor, oppressed people by us, the legitimate population of this island, but they go to vote, they decided, they appealed that vote, they said they wanted that. So they voted for the independence. So how come they return back to Mayotte Island to try to benefit from the deeds and the goods from the French in order, if we believe them, to improve their lives? They want a better life? Really? But what about us? What about us, the Maoris people? Our future is being jeopardized. Our rivers are doomed by irregular people washing their clothes in the rivers. Our nature is falling apart too. They would settle on any place they find interesting, disregarding totally that this place belongs already to someone. They don't give a shit. They just take what they want. And this is not the right way to do things. If really you are trying to find a better place where you want to improve your life, this is not the right thing to do. You know it. And that's exactly what they are doing. So they will just settle at any place that they find interesting and they start cutting trees, burn bushes, and start a farm, destroying every piece of nature in the process. And when the land can produce nothing no more, they just build their townships. Now, let's take a look at the school system. The school system here in Mayotte Island is flooded. At least 80% of all the children in classes are from illegal immigrants' parents. The situation is so bad that in some schools, we have to split the school time. One group goes to school in the morning and the other group have to go to school in the afternoon. And this kind of stupid solution led to the fact that in Mayotte Island, the academic level of pupils is the lowest in France. Other reasons explain that too. In order to absorb all these countless births here in Mayotte Island, you have also to know that Mayotte Island is the place where you have the highest number of births. Indeed, in this small department, we count up to 10,000 babies every year. And in these babies, 80% of them are from strangers and mostly illegal strangers. If we wanted to absorb all these new babies arriving every year, we would have to build a new classroom every day, which is of course impossible. The question is this: when you arrive into a place that you claim you are searching for a better life, okay, let's admit that maybe that could be true. So you come into a country that you know it's not yours, You settle in a township where you only have a one-room house with no electricity, with no water. And then you settle, you have 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 children sometimes. Really? What are you going to do with these children? So you see, these children and these people, they are not just poor people who are trying to improve their lives. They are being used as weapons. These people are being used as weapons by their government, who wants to take Mayotte. They want to grab this island. And given that they have not the military power to do it, they do it by demography, they do it by birth, by children. Today, I think it won't be exaggeration to say that strangers, mostly illegal strangers, have outnumbered the local population, the legitimate local population. This is insane. This is insane, and we have to accept this, really. You see them going on media claiming they are victims. Are they really the victims? Our hospitals are flooded by the same population. You have to see it to believe it. Any public service is out of reach in this department. There are way too much people. One day I was sick. I'm going to tell you a story of my own. One day I was sick and I had to go to a doctor. I had to wake up at 4 a.m. to get up, to get prepared and go to line up in front of the office. When I got there, it was like 4:55 and there were already at least 10 people queuing, waiting, hoping to go to see the doctor. This is a nonsense. This is impossible. And we have to do that because there are way too much people here in this island, given our very poor infrastructures. Another story is, my wife was sick like 1 month ago. She was so bad, so we decided to bring her to the emergency, or so-called emergency. And again, there were at least 50 people waiting to registration. And after half an hour, we just gave up. We gave up. We decided to go back home with my sick wife. This really was a tragedy. And this is common. Even the emergency service would tell you, don't go there. They ask you, you have to stay home. And when you really are 1 inch from death, then they will send an ambulance to take you. But otherwise, they will just ask you not to go at all. This is a nonsense. This is a nonsense. And this is what we have to live every day, from January to December. And you, good people from the world, you are telling us that we should accept this? Would you accept it for you? For even a day, or a week, or a month, or a year, many years? We have to live here forever. And we are impeached to have a normal life here. This situation is so bad that the local administration, they ask the Maoris people to go to another department, to take the plane, to go abroad. This is unacceptable. We don't want this no more. We don't want this no more. We want to be able to live in our country and to live well. All these poor people, they could ask the same advantages, the same support from the state, but from their own country. Why can't they do that? Why can't you who are pretending that you want to support them, why can't you support them from their original country? I think that nobody moves from their country gladly. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't let them fool you. Don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. These people are dishonest. All these immigrants living in the slums are not poor people hoping for a better life. These are living weapons used by the Comorian government to take over Mayotte Island. These are public statements by the current Comoro president, Assoumani Azali, who said on media, he said, I quote, "Go to Mayotte Island, it's your land, go there and have a lot of children," unquote. So when you have a president of a country who is just sending to us all their poor for us to take care of them, what legitimacy do they have with their independence? And this is what they want to bring Mayotte Island into, what they are killing themselves, dying every day to run away from. This is what they want to give to us, the Maoris people, and we don't want it. We don't want it. You have to hear it. We don't want it. They got to choose. We got to choose. So anyone has to respect the other one's choice. This man here, this criminal, he's using his own population to take control of Mayotte Island by the number, But we, the Maoris people, we will resist until the end. We will not let go of our island. We will fight. We will fight, we will resist, we will do anything in our range or in our possibility, but we will resist. This will not happen. They will not take control of our island. Despite all their propaganda, they can talk to anybody. They can go wherever they want to go. We have decided for ourselves and our destiny is in our hand. We have the right to choose our destiny. Nobody imposed them the idea of becoming independent. And now as they are a failing state, so what they do is they send us all their deprived citizens, and little by little, ground by ground, they are taking our island away from us. This is what is happening. Don't be fooled. These are not poor people trying to get a better life. These are soldiers. These people are soldiers. If really they were looking for a better life, they wouldn't behave the way they do. You arrive in a place that you know it's not yours. You live in a one-room house in a township, sometimes in the 2 rooms, and instead of focusing on your own life, trying to get a better life, a better situation before you have kids, you go and you have 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 kids, sometimes even more, and then you let your kid go astray, wandering the streets, up and down. Of course, they are going to become bandits. Given their living conditions, they are so deprived, and you as parents, how can you go and make all these children knowing that you are already struggling with your very own life? How is it possible? And these are the people, ladies and gentlemen, these are the people that you are pitying, really. So once again, I will repeat, don't be fooled. These are not just some uneducated women. They damn well know what they are doing. They know well about child control. They know they can have them easily and mostly cheap and even for free, but still, they keep spreading all these kids with disregard. How, as a decent adult, you know your life is not balanced, and then you have 1, 2, 3 kids. You know damn well you're having it hard to make it through, but still you keep breeding. You keep breeding. Up to 10 kids sometimes, really? In a 1 or 2 room slum, with no electricity, with no water tape, with no nothing. To me, these people are not victims. These are criminals. You have to relabel them. These are evildoers. We should not support them. They should be charged. These people should be charged for this behavior instead of pitying them. I'm surprised. Most of you are more worried by the fate of these illegal inhabitants who are making our lives nightmares. We are not taking them to hell. They are just being removed to be taken away to their homeland. I don't think anything bad in that. They are not in war. They are not in danger. Why should we have to take care of them in our island, which we know is deprived of many services? We can deal with them. All these people who you think are just poor victims, these are agents of a foreign government who is pushing to the breaking point where France will just decide enough is enough. Goodbye, Mayotte Island. That's their dearest wish. This is their dearest wish, to get rid of France so they can invade and kill us all. This is their plan. That's exactly what is going to happen. They are after us. Can't you see them already killing us? Burning our houses, stoning our buses. Mayotte is a very small island, but also the poorest French department. We can survive if we don't react now. We have to do something. We have to do something about this situation. We as a people, we had the right to decide for our destiny. We declined the offer of joining the Comorian Union. They have to accept it. We chose for ourselves. They chose for themselves. So what's the problem? All I know is we as Maoris people, we want to live in peace. This is all we want. We want the possibility to live in peace. I don't understand all the fuss about the fact that we are bringing back these people to their country. I mean, it's not like if we were sending them to hell. Or is it? Is it? They keep bragging about how we are the Maurice people, we are stupid, we have no pride because of the fact we chose to remain with France, contrary to them who are boasting about being independent. But what independence? I dare ask, what independence? What independence? I'm seeing no independence. Exporting all your social misery to the neighbors and expecting him to take care of your population in your place, and then expect the neighbor to pay you the bill for the development of your own country. Really, fuck you. This is so fucking dishonest. France is not invading Mayotte by force. France isn't invading Mayotte by force or by trick. We, the Maurice people, we chose France. We demanded this operation named Wambushu. We can live a normal life no more because all these illegal activities going on here. We need help. We need help. We need calm. And the calm, if we let these people stay here, the calm is not coming back anytime soon. We are being butchered. Please, we are the victims. We have no space to move or to live or to enjoy our own place. And everyone is showing compassion to the settlers and not the legitimate population. This is so unfair. This is unfair. You have been fooled. You have been lied to. But this is no surprise by our neighbors. This is their tactics. This is their strategies. Lies, always lies, lies and complaints, lies, lies, lies. So all of you around the world, you have been deceived by our neighbors' propaganda. And if ever you really feel like helping them, if you truly are sincere, if you want to help them, then go help them in their original country. I think anyone would be better off at their homeland. You must have more riches and more means to help them. We are deprived from anything. We have no resources to take care of this population. This is what causes all these poverty issues. You can just ask us to let them stay here and just forget about them. How can we do that? How can we? They are killing us. So we don't want your good feelings. We want your example. Show us. Show us. Do better than us. Take all this population suffering, all these poor people, take them and take care of them from your country. This is so unfair. Why do we have to bear this burden by our own? Like someone famous once said, how dare you? How dare you? Take them to your country and give them all the human rights you want. But I prefer to warn you, we did just that, and our homeland is on the verge of civil war. So you have been warned. These people are no good. So that's it. I hope this will be food for your thoughts. Take time and listen carefully to what I said here, and don't let them fool you no more.